So in this lecture we are going to discuss about the dividend plan. So what is dividend plan? It is something which we discussed earlier. Under this plan, the mutual fund house will distribute the dividend to the investors. So dividend will be in two forms. First one will be the normal dividend, or we can call it as cash dividend alternatively, and the capital gain distribution or the capital gain dividend. Okay, so the most common question which is asked under dividend plan is to calculate the return to the investor. So we have a formula for this one. So kindly note it down. Return to the investor. Sorry. This will be in percentage. It will be NAV, net annual value at the end, minus NAV at the beginning plus this cash dividend plus this capital gain distribution divided by NAV at the beginning into 100. So what is it? NAV at the end minus NAV at the beginning. Then your dividend component, then your capital gain distribution. Then the whole thing divided by the NAV at the beginning, multiplied by 100. This will give you the return in percentage. But something which you might have to remember is, or which you should remember, is sometimes the details given in the question might be for a longer period of time. Like it might not be for 1 year, or it might be for a shorter period of time, like less than 1 year. Sometimes the details might be like 2 years, 3 years, etc. Some days it might be for 6 months, 2 months, etc. Such a case, if the question is asking for an annualized rate of return, you have to adjust this for either 1 year, or if the details are in months, you have to adjust this for 12 months. Okay, this is something you have to remember. Okay, so if the answer you are getting is for a period more than 1 year or less than 1 year, then if the question is asking you to compute annualized rate of return, then you have to adjust it for time. Okay, so how we will be doing that, we will be seeing in the questions. Okay, that is about dividend plan. Okay, kindly note it down. And I think we can do a numerical example also, so that you will be familiar with this one. Okay, so let me remove all these writings. So why I am not waiting in between is because this is a video class and you can pause it down to write down the notes. That is the main reason I am not waiting in between. So you can pause according to your convenience and note down the formulas and all those notes. Okay, now let me give a numerical example under dividend plan. Suppose the details given are example, NAV at the beginning is 10, NAV at the end is 10.8. These are in rupees. Okay, now dividend is 0.2 rupees, and capital gain distribution is like 0.5 rupees. And the time period, in our first case, the time period be 2 years. Okay, time period is 2 years. 2 years. Okay, time period is 2 years. Now if the time period is 2 years, how we will be calculating this? Okay, so formula was Wait a second. What is the formula under dividend plan? Formula was this: NAV at the end minus NAV at the beginning, okay, plus dividend plus capital gain, all divided by NAV at the beginning into 100. Okay, this was our formula, right? So everything is given here. So NAV at the end is 10.8, NAV at the beginning is 10, and dividend is 0.2, capital gain is 0.5, all divided by NAV at the beginning, that is 10, multiplied by 100. The answer will come to 15%. Okay, answer will come to 15%. But one thing you should notice here, that this 15% is for a period of 2 years. Okay, so we have to calculate. If the question is asking for annualized rate of return, okay, if the question is asking for the return for 2 years of time, then this answer is correct. But if the question is asking you for annualized rate of return, then we have to find 15%, and it is for a period of 2 years, right? Now we have to find for 1 year, then it will be like 7.5%. okay, now imagine if this question was asking you to find the return for like 1 year old, means it is question is asking for annualized rate of return, but the time period means in the details the return time period is given like 30 months. Okay, these are the details for 30 months. Okay, then how we will be calculating? Until this point the calculation will remain the same. Now our responsibility is to adjust this 15% for 30 months. So this 15% is for 30 months. Then to find the annualized rate of return, we have to find for 12 months. So it will be like 6%. Okay. So this is how we will adjust the return for time period. So if the detail is given for 30 months, we'll find the return like normally, and then we will adjust it for 1 year. Okay, so the details given was for 30 months, so for 1 year, that is 12 months, how much is the return? That is how we will be doing this time adjustment in these problems. So this is an example of dividend plan, and we can enter into the numericals from the next lecture onwards. Thank you.